What's cracking, YouTube? About to show you Cool Cobras how to make a delicious stuffed crust breakfast pizza. Now, right on this crust, we have a combination of seasonings: Payne County Rust all meat seasoning, Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning, some Smokey D barbecue chipotle honey seasoning, and some Tony's. We got some pre-cook going on, 4 delicious buttery cooked over easy eggs, a couple pieces of bacon, some beef. We got our crust unrolled. We're going to take the buttery grease, soak it on top of the pizza crust. If you've been watching my cooking videos recently, then you know where this is going. We're about to make a delicious stuffed crust breakfast pizza. Use whatever seasoning you like, but this is how I'm going to do it. To form this stuffed crust, we're going to take our Kraft singles and well, we're going to add them to the crust. Might have to open these with a knife of some sort. Yeah, no, I don't feel like digging for my knife at the moment. Because I think we already have one ready to go. Sometimes the stuffed crust pizza is hard to make because the cheese you're opening doesn't want to open. This is why I got the pre-cooked ingredients done first. The eggs, the beef, and the bacon cooked in buttery love. If you've been following my channel recently, then you already know. So I got this cooking video set up to where all I gotta do is assemble the pizza and bake it. Got the oven preheated to 420 degrees, ready to rock, ready to roll. Pick up that wrapper, okay. I'm making this pizza to eat for myself, so I'm not going to be too picky with some of it, but the general idea of what I'm cooking here, I want to show you how I do this delicious pizza. This cheese number 3. You know, when I was cooking the eggs, egg number 4 was giving me some difficulty, but I was able to save it. And the way I figured, it's all going on the same pizza, so what the f does it matter? People have come to this channel to see the new breakfast pizza, stuffed crust. So I figured, and you know, it's not going to matter how the eggs cooked because it's all going in the same spot. And now the 4th slice of cheese for this stuffed crust is giving me some attitude, but we'll get it open. And doing the pre-cook, you see me cook eggs and beef and bacon on my channel enough times, so doing the pre-cook will speed this up, make this cooking video a bit more watchable. Now I want to take, excuse me, those string cheese sticks, and we're going to put them, 4 of them, right around this edge like that. And to really make this stuffed crust pop, we're going to sprinkle some mozzarella shredded cheese in between the mozzarella cheese sticks. And we're going to fold the crust around it. I mean, if you want stuffed crust pizza, this is literally the way to do it. You gotta find some way to stuff cheese into your crust, and you gotta roll it in there somehow, you know. So in between the corners of our cheese sticks, we're gonna sprinkle some shredded mozzarella, which is ending up being on our pizza to begin with. So this is just adding more cheese to it. We're definitely gonna need some more of this mozzarella cheese later on. Set that to the side for a moment. But take a look at this pizza. You got the greasy goodness from beef, bacon, and eggs being cooked in buttery love, smeared on top of the seasoned combination. I didn't put a whole lot of seasoning on the eggs or the bacon or beef. 2 of the eggs got a sprinkle of the all meat seasoning. The beef and the bacon got a sprinkle of the all meat seasoning. Not going too heavy on the seasoning, just kind of focusing on, you know, building a bomb-ass pizza. Now that we got our cheese in here, we're going to show no fear, and we're just going to roll our crust onto itself, just like that. Here comes the fun part. If you want to build stuffed crust pizza, all that greasy, buttery love that we smeared on top earlier, it's going to roll itself into the crust. And we're going to make a nice little square with it. I mean, if you want to pre-make your pizza dough, that takes, pre-made pizza dough by scratch takes at least 43 minutes. And sometimes people are in a rush in the mornings. They don't got time to make, you know what I'm saying, pre-made pizza dough unless they make it the night before and have it the next day. But, you know, if you want to use pre-rolled pizza dough, that works too. It really does. It doesn't matter, because we're making a breakfast pizza and it's going to be delicious. All that greasy love has just been smeared onto our outside crust. We got it formed. Beautiful. Take a look at that. I'm taking you step by step as I build this pizza. That's going to form our stuffed crust. Trust and believe that. If you like the delicious cooking videos, please subscribe for more. These are my more kid-friendly videos. Recipes that kids and adults alike can make. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a 5-star chef to cook like this. On top of that buttery, greasy goodness and that seasoned combination, I'm going to pour a little bit of our tomato sauce for our pizza. A couple dabs will do us, because what we're going to do is we're going to shake it all about. Spread it around. This is our Prego tomato basil garlic sauce like we used in the calzone. You can use pasta sauce for your pizza, or you can use tomato sauce. Use whatever sauce you like. It's your pizza. Make it happen, Captain. Take a look at that. That's looking pretty delicious. Alright, so now what I want to do is I want to take the pizza stone, pick it up here, kind of jiggle it around just like that. As I move it in different directions, that just spread our pizza sauce nice and evenly all over it. You could use a fork or a knife for it, it doesn't matter. But there you go. There's our pizza sauce. Beautiful. I just dropped the phone in the fucking pizza. That's beautiful. Okay, so luckily that didn't fuck up my phone, but let's try to be a bit more careful. Yeah, keep in mind I'm still a little bit drunk from last night. I was hanging out with some friends of mine and having a couple drinks. Okay, hopefully that doesn't mess up the phone too bad. Whoopsie daisy. Okay, pardon my French. Let's try that again, shall we? Yeah, unedited gold right here. Look at this pizza. Beautiful. I've sobered up just enough to where I can actually coherently speak to a degree, and I'm not too terribly clumsy, so I would not recommend cooking drunk by any means, you know. Now I'll take this garden fresh jalapeno, chop it up into slices, just like we did for previous cooking videos. And we're going to put it on top of our tomato sauce. Alright, this will give us a little bit of heat, a little bit of savory heat to go with our breakfast pizza. Take a look at that. That's looking, let me sure the video's still going. Alright, cool. That's looking pretty good. I tried to record this video before, and holy shite. Stubborn as all hell, but that's alright. Now, we got the stuffed crust right there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our egg. We're going to take our over easy egg that you see right here that I pre-cooked. Even though one's enough, I'm going to push it down. Try to add some more to it. There's two. Squish it down just a little bit. There's three. Squish it down just a little bit. That crust is going to spread just a little bit. There's four. Beautiful. Okay, now that I got those 4 eggs on there, we're going to add some cheese, some pepperoni. Really make this pizza show. Okay, now you want to see what the pizza looks like with the 4 eggs on top. Take a look at that. 4 over easy eggs right there. Oh, right, yeah, right there on top of the pizza. You see my channel, you know how this goes. My fingers are really greasy, so in the risk of getting my iPhone super dirty, I'm bringing you a delicious cooking video. Ooh-wee, breakfast pizza, baby. Alright, so I'm going to press that down just a little bit. There we go, beautiful. That stuffed crust is looking good. The flavor coming off those eggs is magnificent. Greasy, buttery love. These eggs have been cooked in bacon and beef grease mixed with buttery love. Okay, so that's why I cook the beef and the bacon first, so that when I add the butter to that beef and bacon grease, I can cook the over easy egg, sunny side egg, whatever you want to call it, and that greasy beef bacon love. Alright, so we're going to take a sprinkle of that mozzarella, and we're going to sprinkle on top of those cooked eggs, just like that. Do a light layer because we're going to need to add more ingredients. I'll take you step by step with each layer that I add, like I do, you know. Look at that cheese. Yes, please. Not too shabby, not too shabby. So let's add some more stuff to it, shall we? What's a pizza without some pepperoni? Alright, so take whatever pepperoni you like. I'm going to add a couple pepperonis to the top of this cheese. Making a stuffed crust breakfast pizza. And I was going to take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's good pepperoni. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's not pepperoni. So now we got 12 pepperonis on top of that cheese. Yes, please, look at that deliciousness. Beautiful. Now I'm going to take that bacon that we cooked. We cooked the beef patty first and then cooked the bacon in that beef grease. And then use the beef and the bacon grease to cook our eggs with some buttery love. And again, I cooked the bacon and the beef with butter, the Country Crock Original. If you followed my channel so far, you already know how that goes down. So on top of our pepperoni, we're going to take our bacon that we cooked up. It's a little bit chewy, but it'll pre-cook in the oven. It'll cook up all the way, so I'm not worried about it. You want to get it fully cooked, just barely to fully cooked. Otherwise, it'll cook up in the oven, so like I said, I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to take this bacon, tear it up into chunks, and put it on top of the pepperoni. Making a delicious breakfast pizza with stuffed crust. Take a look at that layer of bacon on top, ready to drop, ready to pop. Okay, so now we're gonna take one more layer of meat. We're gonna take our pre-cooked, greasy burger meat. And we're gonna put a couple pieces on top of that bacon. Tear that beef up. Take that pre-cooked beef, that pre-cooked, and shred it up into pieces. Put it on top of the bacon. Oh, no you don't. Yeah, that's cooked to delicious goodness right there. I'll tell you what, that's some good eats. This beef is cooked to a medium rare. Just like the bacon, it'll firm up as we bake it. Bake it till you make it. Is that how they say it? I don't know. I gotta wash my hands, man, because that bacon and that beef, just tearing it up and putting it on top of the pizza. Whew. Huey. Breakfast pizza with stuffed crust. I gotta dry my hands off, put some Doritos and some more cheese on top, pop this mother in the oven, and bake it for 18 minutes. If you're doing one crust, 18 minutes gives it that nice golden brown texture. 1 second, YouTube. So we are making, YouTube, a stuffed crust breakfast pizza. Take a look at all that beef and that bacon on top. It's medium rare. It'll pre-cook in the oven, so it'll cook all the way through as we bake it, so I'm not too worried about that. To add some crunch to this monstrosity, you can add some chips to it, whatever chips you want to use. We're going to tell it, go ahead and take this bowl that had all the beef and the bacon in it and just smear that grease on top of the beef. Sprinkle it on there for extra flavor. Just get on there. Get on there. Put that in the sink to be washed. People made the comment, Gothic King Cobra, do you secretly live in Flavor Town? How do they know? Shh. So I want to take some nacho cheese Doritos made by the awesome company Frito-Lay, not a sponsor, and want to put a sprinkle on top of our beef. Alright. Now, if you got any beef with your homies, squash that beef, because that's what we're about to do with this pizza. We're about to squash the beef. Squash it. Squash it good. Put a nice healthy dollop of Doritos chips on top of the beef. It's going to give it some nice crunch. That's enough, yeah, maybe one more. Right there. Right there, the last chip. Get it. Yeah, get in there. Right there, that's fine. Perfect. I'll show you that layer of Doritos. Okay, now if you want this pizza to bake properly, you're gonna have to crush these Doritos down. So squash your beef, squash your hunger, because this right here, YouTube, is a breakfast stuffed crust pizza. Huh? Feel that crunch, baby. And I'm gonna try to keep these Doritos all on top of the pizza. If they're sprinkling off to the side just a little bit, that's fine. Okay, so let's take a look at this pizza so far. Get a load of this monstrosity. That's just nuts, man. So we're gonna put some cheese on top of those Doritos to really seal everything in. Squish it down, you know. Make sure it cooks a bit more evenly. And then make sure that crust is nice and even shaped. Now, making it a more consistently even shape doesn't matter, as long as the cheese is folded on the inside of your dough, whether it's pre-made or, you know, made from scratch. If your string cheese is rolled up in your pizza dough, just like I showed you how to do, you're gonna have stuffed crust every time. Okay? So on top of this Dorito goodness, ooh-wee, I'm gonna sprinkle some mozzarella cheese. Yes, please. Shredded cheese. Shredded cheese. Shredded cheese like we shred guitars. Yes, please. With that shredded cheese. No stopping, because we got a new cooking video dropping. Fans are hungry. I'm hungry. Let's get it, YouTube. Let's just get it. So we're just going to sprinkle all that mozzarella cheese on top of our Doritos. Just a light sprinkle, you don't need a whole lot. Just enough to coat the top of those chips. Now all that beef and the egg and the bacon cooked in that buttery love. The mozzarella cheese. Oh. This pizza is next level flavor. If you're on a diet, don't watch these cooking videos, because yeah, this is cheat day food is what this is. You know, you make one of these, you cut it up into 4 fucking slices, and you got breakfast for you and a couple of people if you really want to split it. Maybe you got a hot date coming over and you want to try something different, like she's expecting you to be this bomb-ass cook, and she's like, I've heard you talk about your cooking skills. Put your money where your mouth is. Alright, so you're like, okay. Surefire way to any chick or any dude's heart is being a good cook. This goes for both genders. So, hey. You know. Some chick wants to impress her boyfriend. Some dude wants to impress his girl. Hey, you know. Doesn't have to be about that necessarily, but, you know. That's the fun of the cooking videos, is that I'm showing you how to make simple, easy to make recipes. They don't cost a whole lot of money. It's unhealthy, but the sacrifice, it's delicious. All that cheese that I put on there, it'll flatten that pizza out real good. That way, oh yeah, this pizza is looking beautiful, nicely formed. No, I'm doing this with one hand. That's what she said. Ooh la la. Okay, behave. This is a cooking show. I don't need to take it to that level. All sides and all joking aside, what have you. You know, just a light sprinkle right there is gonna do the trick slick. These Doritos on top of the pizza are sufficiently coated. One more little sprinkle right there. Beautiful, that is perfect. These chips are beautifully coated in a layer of cheese on top. They got all the pepperoni and everything underneath that. This is gonna keep everything in place beautifully. Got some cheese stuck to the crust on the outside. I don't care. Any excess cheese that you got sticking up past your Doritos, kind of just poke at it and stuff that crust on the outside with that light sprinkle of cheese, because you put so much cheese on here that it's just overflowing just ever so slightly. Go ahead and poke that cheese into your doughy goodness that's been smeared up with that buttery love. No sense in wasting all that cheese that you sprinkle on and it spills out over your pizza stone. No, forget that. YouTube, forget that. We're not wasting the cheese. YouTube, I don't know if you can handle this level of dankness that I've just created. Gonna clean up as I go. Cooking does get rather messy. That's no lie. So if you kind of clean up as you go, you know, makes the cleanup a little bit easier. But I know you want a close-up of that cheesy goodness before it hits the oven. Give me a second. I gotta wash my hands again, dry them off, and yeah, this pizza is ready to go in the oven. That's enough cheese for it. Maybe put like a little bit of it right there. Position it so that way every Dorito, every chip, every delicious crunchy chip that you put on top of your breakfast pizza has a nice sufficient coating of cheesy goodness. hands are washed. Just look at that before it goes in the oven. Get a good look at it, because by the time you see this pizza, you're going to be presented with the dankest breakfast pizza you ever did see. I want to cut this pizza into like 2 slices, serve up a slice, which is like 2 slices in itself. Because you could cut this into 4 slices. You go this way and this way, you know. But, yeah, if you're on a diet, don't watch this video. I hate saying that, but it's the truth. We got our oven preheated to 420 degrees. Don't have to wait for it to preheat. Timer. Get the timer set. I put it on 20 just because that gives us enough time to stick the pizza in the oven, just like that. Go like that. There we go. Perfect. By the time I got the pizza into the oven, the timer turned to 19. And if we want to cook the pizza for 18 minutes, by the time I got it in there, it turned to 17. And 18 minutes on the dot. Okay. Hoo-wee. This is how you make a delicious breakfast pizza. I'm pretty sure this is going to taste pretty good. I've never had this combination on a pizza, but I have had it in a calzone to some extent. I was kind of saving the jalapenos for the burgers and stuff, but they didn't have much jalapeno, like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 little slices, you know. Alright, so now comes the fun part, waiting for our monstrous creation of a pizza to come out of the oven. Right now, YouTube, I am uploading a rant video. I was rather drunk when I made it, a little bit tipsy to say the least, and the rant was on point, so I'm like, you know what, it's staying on the channel. Okay, now we got a delicious cooking video I'm making, and we're just about done. We got the breakfast pizza in the oven, baking. I'll grab a glass of water. I'll be right back, YouTube. Gotta stay hydrated after drinking. If you drink plenty of water after you get done drinking, it'll help with the hangover. And making a bomb-ass pizza helps too, but take on the day with whatever you can, because the power is in your hands. We have a new cooking video. Got some sport shorts on, just some casual bachelor cooking, you know. Although I have a feeling this pizza is going to be super delicious. Super delicious. Just the right amount of everything on there. Now, by doing the pre-cook ingredients first, I've cut this video down to at least 34 minutes so far. So there's a couple of things I had to do off camera, like pre-cook the eggs, the beef, and the bacon. Which, when people saw me make the calzone and do everything from start to finish, the calzone video ended up being like 2 hours long, and I'm like, dude, that makes the cooking video take forever to upload. So I'm like, no, let's see if we can't shorten and sweeten this up a bit. Breakfast stuffed crust pizza. That's what we're making. Look out. Good morning, Casper. Grab yourself a cigarette, a cup of coffee. It's going to be a cool Casper summer day. We're making a delicious, bomb-ass stuffed crust breakfast pizza. You cut this mother in half and just munch down on it, because this is the kind of protein you need to get your day started. The egg, the bacon, that beef cooked in buttery country crock original love, seasoned just right. A snack to satisfy your appetite. A snack that's a full-blown meal. I cut that in half, and just half of that's gonna fill me up. Like, come on, YouTube. I got the phone on airplane mode, so we'll get this cooking video start to finish, baking it, trying it. Marlboro next, cigarette, more like man, next cooking video. Get these fans hooked on my cooking videos like a cigarette, huh? Oh. Now, these are a disgusting habit if you think Starbucks is addicting. So I would encourage my of-age fans not to smoke, but that's their personal choice. Underage fans is a definite no-no. If you're underage and you watch my videos, don't smoke. You don't want a minor in possession. It just makes your life more difficult. You get in lots of trouble, you know. I'm not trying to advocate tobacco on my channel, but however, smoking a cigarette while I wait for the pizza to bake, I mean, come on. Hey, you guys. Breakfast stuffed crust pizza. Okay, well, what should we seriously call it? Let's call it a stuffed crust breakfast pizza, because that's what it is. Huh? Now when I cut this mother in half, I have a feeling it's going to be super good and super unhealthy. Now, when the oven beeps, we'll take it out of the oven for you on camera, let it cool off for a bit, cut it in half, you know, plate up a slice. Boom, we got a Cooking with Cobra segment fresh off the oven, literally. Right. This is the kind of channel that says, why not use jelly-filled donuts as the buns to a bacon cheeseburger? Why not put chocolate-covered cherries on a bacon cheeseburger? Why not put breakfast ingredients in a delicious pizza or calzone and bake it? Why not be a little extra unhealthy, a little extra high in calorie? Now, if you're getting your day started, having a couple extra calories in the morning isn't gonna hurt. It'll give you the energy you need to start your day. Like, oh geez, he smokes cigarettes and eats bacon. How the fuck is he alive? Crack all your jokes, but I cracked some eggs and made a delicious pizza, so I want to see how this bad boy turns out. Oh man, I get these ideas for the cooking videos and I'm like, okay, if I got what I got, how can I make the next one? What can I do? You know, there is going to be a vegetable burger on my channel, trust and believe that. I'll be getting some vegetable burger patty when I get my next batch of wands done. I'm making a super big batch of wands. Perfecting my product, making it more sellable. And while I'm doing that, I'm like, why not come up with another delicious Cooking with Cobra segment that makes people go, stuffed crust breakfast pizza. You know, I'm thinking to myself, when I see this episode of Good Mythical Morning where Mythical Chef Josh is making this calzone pizza looking thing, calls it a four-way, sounds a bit suggestive. I'm like, you should have called it a pizzone. And then Pizza Hut comes out with their pizzones. I'm like, hey. That's obviously been a thing on the Pizza Hut menu before, but I'm just saying. This is the kind of pizza you're not going to get at your local fast food chain. This is pizza you make at home. And sometimes making the pizza at home is going to taste a lot better than any fast food pizza you make, period. I don't care who you are. Now, it's sort of like when you want to have coffee in the morning. Do you want to wait in line at McDonald's for like 4 to 8 minutes just to get one tiny cup of coffee that's like steaming fucking hot, burns the shit out of your lap? Or you get a percolator and you make 4 to 12 cups of coffee per percolator, let it cool off for a little minute. Instead of wasting your time in the drive-thru at some fast food restaurant to get coffee, make it at home in a giant percolator. And that way, if you have one cup and go, you know, I could go for another cup, you're not going to have to sit there and circle the drive-thru or wait another 4 minutes for the percolator Keurig machine to heat up. With an old school percolator, you're going to make more coffee. It may take a little bit longer, but if you want another cup of coffee, if you have a Keurig machine, you got to stick the cartridge in there, push it down, push the button, wait a couple minutes. You know, you take those Keurig cartridges, pour it into your percolator's coffee ground space. You get the same flavor, and you get more of that same coffee that you love. You might have to wait longer to make it, but there's a coffee hack for you. I got a coffee percolator that's 3 generations old, and it makes damn good coffee, and it still works because it's maintained. You take care of your things, they last a long time. That's common sense. And if the smell of the eggs, the beef, and the bacon wasn't tantalizing enough, the smell of that pizza is going to be even better. We got like 6 minutes left. Let's check up on it. Yeah. That's looking like that might bake in 6 minutes. If it still looks a little bit doughy, I might bake it for a couple more minutes. You know, just looking for that nice golden brown crust on top to really sell that item. You know what I'm saying, YouTube? My cooking videos get so much dislikes, and I don't care. I focus on the likes my cooking videos get. Like, dude, this shit looks good. I want to make this at home now kind of feeling, you know. Cool off on that for a second. That pizza smells so fucking good. 4 minutes left. Yeah. With just 4 minutes left, 4 minutes left, I got a nice light golden brown crust on top. Oh. Now I'm watching it, because when it comes out of the oven, I'll turn the timer off, set the camera up so you can watch me set it down on the camera, get that fresh up close, fresh out of the oven angle. That fresh out of the oven angle. Let it cool off for a minute, chit chat with you while it cools off, and then we'll cut it in half with some knife or a pizza cutter of some sort. Plate up a slice and get into it, man. I guarantee you them 4 eggs are gonna really set your protein fix. You're gonna be ready to take on the day. You're gonna have that energy and that calorie drive. So for a second, stop caring about how many calories are in it. Try it once and be like, okay, this is good. It might take a little bit time to make in the morning, but you know, the effort you put into it's gonna pay off. Yeah, this pizza is gonna be delicious. Fair warning, I just have a good feeling about it. Oh yeah. Good things take time to make. Patience is a virtue. So we'll just sit here and chit chat for a minute while it bakes up in the oven. Right now we're at 47 minutes. That's not including the time it takes to cook up the beef, cook up the bacon, cook up the eggs. But again, if people want a cooking video, it's 2 hours for a cooking video was a bit ridiculous, even for me. But I did it. I filmed that calzone from step to step, you know, from cooking every pre-cooked ingredient to the finished product. And it made a longer cooking video, but it took forever to upload. So the trade-off for this particular video is you'll get the dankness quicker because it'll upload. It'll be a much shorter video. Clean my glasses real quick. Oh yeah. Give my glasses a clean, see how we're doing on our oven time. Okay, got the glasses clean, got the glass cloth put away. 8 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so now I'm going to set the camera down right here. Kind of angle it so we can get there we go, perfect. Turn the oven and the timer off. Get on our trusty oven mitts. And we're going to take this delicious bastard out of the oven. a piece of that glove coming off. Nope, get off of there. Okay, so this, YouTube, is our delicious cooked pizza, breakfast pizza, ready to go. Close that up. Take the oven mitts off. So a little bit of grease on the stove. I'm going to go ahead and wipe that off real quick while the oven is still nice and hot from the inside. You know, I can get 80 to 90% of this off just using the heat of the oven and a cold washcloth. But you don't want to see me clean the oven, so go ahead and stare at that pizza while I wipe it off real quick. Beautiful. Now some of the pizza cheese kind of bubbled and got a little crispy on the edges. You can see where the cheese got a little bit crispy. But that's alright because this is a good looking pizza. This looks camera ready. Let's get an overshot of that. That looks really good in my opinion. That turned out really nice. And you see what I mean by the perfect temperature, because all that cheese just melted on top of the crust. You can see excuse me. You see the crust is a nice golden brown, lightly cooked all the way through. Perfect crust, fluffy, warm. Yeah, because of all the greasy products in this pizza, we're gonna have to let it cool off, because as soon as I cut it in half, it's gonna sizzle. Oh, you think not? You think, okay. Okay. Watch out, I got a pizza cutter. Cook this mother in half. Now when I folded the crust, all that buttery, greasy goodness, as you saw, got smeared onto the crust before I folded the cheese. The layers of this insane pizza, this is nuts, dude. Okay, this right here is a breakfast pizza if I ever saw one. Alright, we have the breakfast calzone. Here's your breakfast pizza. With a nice bonus, it's got stuffed crust. Okay, stuffed crust, breakfast pizza, you can't go wrong. Great way to start your day, get your protein fix. Now right now I'm cutting it in half with the pizza cutter. Okay, you hear that, ooh, that crunch of the crispy cheese just cutting. Oh, YouTube. Where else are you gonna get dankness like this? Okay, nowhere else. Because this right here is the Gothic King Cobra channel. You know, this is KINGCOBRAJFS Cooking with Cobra segment. Okay, that grease didn't sizzle too much. That grease did not sizzle too much. That's actually pretty good. I cut it into 2 pieces here, just like that. YouTube, take a look at this angle while I do some dishes real quick, while it cools off. Take a look at that. That is just beautiful. Got that pizza cut in half. So have a laugh because I just showed you cool cobras how to make a bomb-ass breakfast pizza. Whatever seasoning, whatever sauce, I'm showing you how to cook like a boss. I like the cooking I do, but sometimes it gets a little bit greasy, yo. And nobody likes watching the dishes be done. Nobody likes doing them, but it's part of the cooking. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Smells like Asperger's. I farted. Well, I'm gonna put this delicious stuff up. And while this pizza cools off, I'm gonna do some dishes. Okay. And that'll give it some time to cool off, you know, wash my hands before I eat. You in for a cooking video treat. Boom. The smell of this pizza though, it's magnificent. Now here's the thing of it, nobody likes doing dishes, but they have to be done. So if you're going to do them YouTube, just do them, get them out of the way. Do a good job so you don't have to do them again. You know, it's part of cooking. If you're going to make delicious food, you got to wash out the dishes you use. Got the water turned on nice and hot with some stove temperatures almost. I'm exaggerating, of course. It's not stove temperature, but it's definitely hot enough. Turn on the hot water, squirt some soap on the dishes, you know. Hot water and soap if you ain't got a dishwasher, washing them by hand, you know. Next best thing, YouTube. So right now, YouTube, I am recording another delicious cooking video. Now the boring stuff is being done. Washing some dishes, you know. Not very entertaining, but it's part of cooking and it needs to be done. I guess this will make the cooking videos more relatable. They're not just, okay, I cut it, boom, here's the recipe. Okay, no. Get some hot water and a little bit of soap. These dishes do not take that long to clean up. They certainly don't take long to make either when you're cooking, especially when you're cooking delicious food like I make. And that's just my opinion. I mean, some of the people who have cooked my food would tell you the same thing. Like, hey, you know, got the King Cobra knows how to cook. I mean, it's cheap, it's greasy, it's unhealthy, but that's what makes it good, right? Yeah. Stuffed crust breakfast pizza. Nice to meet ya. anything you set your mind to, YouTube. I'm like, I want to make a delicious pizza, so I'm going to do it. That's exactly what I did. That's pretty similar to your breakfast calzone, and the fun of watching it come together and me trying it just to see if it'll be any good. That's why people watch the cooking videos. You don't have to be a 5-star chef to make this kind of food. It's really easy to make, you know. This is the kind of food that people want to see. Unhealthy, high in calories, cheap, easy to make. If you want the fancier food, then go to the fancier YouTube channels, you know. There's YouTube channels that show you how to prep all this food. It takes forever. This doesn't take too terribly long, but it does take a grip if you know. And I demonstrated that with, you know, my baking video, or any of my cooking videos, you know. Any amount of cooking you do is going to take time, period. That's just how it is. But anything you can make that's super delicious and doesn't take a whole lot of time to make, you know, there are going to be a lot of people who dig that vibe. They're going to be like, yo, this guy is on to something here. There's a method to his madness, and holy shit, it works. Like I said, nobody likes doing dishes, but they need to be done. And making that banana bread that I made, you gotta let these bread tins soak, and you gotta wash them and let them soak, and you know, because that's a messy recipe. Sometimes recipes get messy to make. That doesn't look nearly as bad as it did. So what's better, having a sink full of dishes or having a sink with little to no dishes? My thoughts exactly, YouTube. Go ahead and rinse my hands off. Get some cold water. We gotta dry the hands off, and we gotta, oh man, we gotta dry the hands off, and I gotta show you all the cheese just puddling out of that crust. Dude, this is farting nuts. Now, my hands are clean, got some dishes washed. We're now at our usual 1 hour mark for our cooking video. But take a look at all that cheese that's just pouring out of the sides on that crust. Let's see a little piece of that pizza. Oh man. YouTube. I'm definitely having a slice of this. All that grease from the buttery love just pouring out in the bottom. You can see how shiny it is. You can see how shiny it is on the bottom of that pizza pan. That reflective surface. That's all the grease, all the buttery love, that flavor. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to set the camera down and get a plate, and we're gonna have to eat a slice of this breakfast pizza. The stuffed crust breakfast pizza. Huh? YouTube. YouTube, at this point, YouTube, I don't care if the plate's fancy. I just want to get this pizza on a plate and try a slice. I grabbed one of those big ass halves of pizza. My rant video is processing. Close out of that. Alright. Now with this pizza, you could cut it into 4 slices. This second half, just cut it in half. You could serve it into, you know, between 2 to 4 people easily. Look at that beautiful cross section though. That is just gorgeous. I mean, we got the cheese just oozing out of the crust on the ends right here. It's starting to fall out just a little bit. So I'm tucking it back in there just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. I can already tell this is going to be super delicious. I mean, you're basically working with the same ingredients. There's a method to my madness when I'm making these cooking videos. You know what I'm saying? Breakfast pizza with stuffed crust. You see this and you're like, yeah, that's legit. A couple of guts trying to spill out. Some of that beef and bacon. Oh, look out. There's literally a blanket of cheese on top of this. This is crazy, YouTube. But of course I'm going to eat a huge half just for you cool cobras on YouTube. Try to actually finish this one. Oh man. Yeah. This is equally as good as like the breakfast calzone, you know. It just takes less time to make because you're using less pizza dough. Maybe you're in a calzone mood. I get that. Here's the pizza variant. And this slice is massive. It literally is taking me two whole hands to hold it. And there's that stuffed crust. Look at that cheese pull. YouTube. That cheese pull stringing up like a guitar. That cheese pull straight up just like guitar strings. Cheese pull so good you could strum a guitar with that cheese pull. You could literally strum a guitar with that cheese pull. I'm not bullshitting you, dude. This pizza good? Oh yeah, is it good? You don't even know. I wish you could be here right now to eat this. You know, there's no way you're gonna eat the whole thing in like one huge bite. You know, you just kind of, you cut it into a piece. You cut this pizza into a serving piece and just kind of munch at it, you know. But the flavors are nice. The combination, it's good. And right there you can see all the layers of everything that we put in this delicious pizza. Look at those layers. Look at that massive cross section. Holy crap. If you like these deliciously insane cooking videos, Please subscribe for more. It greatly helps the channel. If you like the cooking videos, subscribe for more. Subscribing helps make these delicious cooking videos a reality. It shows people that you care. Like, oh hey, look what Cobra's cooking up this time. No. Got the plate on my lap. This is the hap. Straight up. Got my plate in the lap. This is the hap. Oh, I got a bite from that jalapeno that I put on there. Oh. You hear that crunch of the Dorito right in the middle with that delicious crunchy cheese. Now here's the thing of it. The cheese isn't completely crunchy. Now the cheese has a bit of a crunchy exterior on top. But there's all this delicious cheese in layers, okay? This pizza has layers. Do I care that the cheese got a little bit burnt on top of the pizza? No, I don't. A little bit of burnt cheese on top adds some flavor to it. Now I'm going to get this pizza down to the crust and we'll show you what we're working with on that stuffed crust. I mean, if you had any idea how delicious this is right now, dude, this is a great way to start off your morning. You're hungry, you got a little bit of time, you're hungry, you got the ingredients. Make this a part of your breakfast because you will not regret it. This has so much deliciousness going into it right now. Oh, dude. You don't even know, YouTube, like, this pizza is next level. The combination, it works on a pizza. It works on a calzone. Yeah. The recipes are not only are these recipes dank, but they're super easy to follow. You gotta slow down the video a couple times, you know. Pay attention. I'll show you how to make it on camera. This is the end result. And this is just a work of delicious art. Oh. Got a mouthful of egg and cheese. Oh, dude. This is the kind of pizza you want to eat when it's cheat day. You're on a diet, it's cheat day, you want to carb up. This is the kind of pizza you eat when you want to start your day with a punch of protein. I'm going to tear this in half. Watch out. There's going to be some cheese pull. Now look at all that cheese in the middle of that crust just pulling apart, YouTube. This is how you make stuffed crust pizza. This is why, holy crap, the cheese pull is still going. Yes. How stretchy can we make it? This is what people come to see, the delicious cheese pull. Oh, it's still going. It's still, holy crap, it finally broke. Look at that. Alright, we're gonna eat this piece first. Look at that cheese pull, YouTube. That is ridiculous. This is how you make stuffed crust pizza at home. Look at that cheese pull. That's legit. Ooh-wee. Again, use whatever seasoning you want. If I could have a complaint about this, really, how can you complain about something this delicious? Maybe I would have used a little bit less seasoning, but other than that, this is so freaking good. That's an honest critique. Maybe just a pinch less seasoning, but other than that, this turned out really delicious. Yes, it did. YouTube, words cannot describe. And if you're not the kind of person who likes spicy food, if you don't like spicy or you can't handle it, skip the jalapenos and the spicy seasoning. Everything else by itself would be pretty good. Breakfast stuffed crust pizza. The crust is stuffed, the ingredients are piled. This is so good. I know, I was drinking last night, and you want to prevent a fucking hangover, you're just like, put some bread in your tummy. Maybe a little too much seasoning, but other than that, pretty good. Maybe next time I wouldn't have put the seasoning on the crust and just lightly seasoned everything else. The eggs and the bacon and the beef and left it at that. But that's an honest critique. Other than that, this pizza is beyond delicious. Other than that, only complaint. Oh, we gotta get one more cheese pull for the camera. Oh, just a little one. Or will it stretch out? Oh, look at that. We got some more cheese pull for the camera. One more big one. There we go. Not as big as the last one, but look at that. Oh, adjust the camera. We can't see your face. Oh, my bad. If you don't like the way my cooking videos are filmed, don't watch. Holy shite, YouTube. I definitely have the appetite to finish one whole slice. But that one slice is gonna fill me up something proper. Breakfast stuffed crust pizza is legit. Now again, you want to season your eggs and your beef and your bacon. Use whatever seasoning you like. It don't matter. Use whatever chip you like. You want to use potato chips, Cool Ranch, Doritos, Fritos, Cheetos. Use whatever chip you like. But this pizza right here, can't go wrong with it, dude. That beef and that bacon just cooked up in that buttery love. The egg cooked in the grease of all the bacon and the beef and the butter. Holy shite. There's like 2 more bites left. 2, 3 bites. And I'm so stuffed right now, it's not even funny. Just half of that is so freaking filling. I can feel my cholesterol level rising. I don't care because that shit was good. Bite number 1. Bite number 2 and bite number 3. Yeah, if I was to make that again, I would definitely use a little bit less seasoning. Just because with the seasoning and the jalapenos, the spice is a bit overpowering. But the combination of seasoning is not bad. Ooh. And that pizza a little bit spicy. Oh, wait. Well, I'm going to put the other slice on this plate and then stick it in the fridge so I can wash my pizza stone. YouTube. I got the other slice put in the fridge for safe eating for later. But if you could just see the amount of grease that's on this pizza stone, it's ridiculous. Like, I could just feel my arteries hardening after eating that monstrosity. But half of that's more than enough, dude. I'm stupid stuffed right now. You know, you could cut that into 4 pieces, dude. And, yeah. I'm gonna wash the pizza stone off. I'm gonna dry off my hands and grab a glass of water, and I'll give you my final thoughts on that. But yeah, YouTube, you want a cooking video? I got you. bomb-ass rant, more adult-friendly, but, you know, with the cooking video, it's a bit more tame than my usual content, so. Not trying to be gross, YouTube, but my nose was just a little bit stuffy, and I figured it'd make it easier to hear my voice on camera. And what's gross, if you gotta blow your nose, doing it off camera, and you know, I can't predict when that shit happens, to be honest. I wanna grab some cold water. We had a beautiful sunrise. It's summertime in Casper, Wyoming. It's cooled off in like maybe 60s or 70s right now. But it's bound to get progressively hotter as the day wears on. That's just how it is with summer weather. Well, not trying to condone smoking, but I gotta have a cigarette after that. That was delicious. Holy shit. That buttery love showed no mercy. The flavor was delicious throughout. I might have experienced a foodgasm, and you might have experienced some of that gothic King Cobra humor in this video, huh? Do you secretly live in Flavor Town? How do they know? Shh. Like I said, my only complaint was maybe use a little bit less seasoning. That combination of seasoning was very nice. It added flavor to it. But I might have used just a tad bit too much. But I'm still going to eat it. That's not going to waste by any means, you know. But, yeah, thank you for watching me cook this, stuffed crust breakfast pizza. I guess that's what we're going to call it, right? Yeah. Coming back at you with a fresh cooking video. YouTube, we're now at the 1 hour and 29 minute mark. But that's alright, because that's what I call a pizza, huh? It's not authentic, but it's do it yourself, which is the next best thing, you know. How do you think the first pizza was created? The first pizza was created by throwing whatever they had together and calling it something. And the Queen of Italy was like, I'm hungry, feed me now. So they threw the first pizza together and they're like, here you go. She loved it so much that it became a staple. So anybody who says, well, your pizza's not authentic, okay, so I'm buying pre-rolled pizza dough, big whoop. And you can hate on it, you can like it. You can eat it or just choose not to. That's your choice. Like I said, if I would remake that pizza, I would use less seasoning. But other than that, that pizza was dynamite, dude. An explosion of delicious flavor. You saw how that pull on that cheesy stuffed crust, huh? That first one was like, you know what I'm saying? Oh. Excuse me, that's how good it was. I made a YouTuber reference. And the people are always trying to be prim and proper on their YouTube video, like, oh, you shouldn't burp after eating a delicious food. It's gross. I'm like, it's gross, but every human does it. You eat something delicious, it fills you up, you're gonna burp. You know, that's just how it is. It's a human function, you know. But anyways, Toops, I'll come at you at this most convenient time with another delicious cooking video. Again, if you like the cooking videos, subscribe for more. Oh. See, that pizza's so good, it got me having gas both ways, burping and farting. Excuse me. Good gracious. You know, I can't time when that thing's gonna happen. It's just you burp and fart on camera while you're ending it. It happens. I see no sense in editing the video just because that's real. People are gonna see that and go, I can totally relate to that. Having a good rip on the fart or having a nice loud belch after you eat some delicious food. I mean, granted, if I was at a fancy restaurant, I would cover my mouth when I burp so it muffles it. If I had to fart, I would excuse myself to the restroom, and that way, if I had to rip ass, just do it in the bathroom so the people who are eating at the table don't have to smell it. That's just good table manners. But here's the thing of it, dude. Okay, I'm making a cooking video. I'm a bachelor. I'm a dude. I'm not at some fancy schmancy restaurant. Okay, I'm at my fucking apartment. So, if you can't handle me burping and farting in my own apartment after I make my own food, then you got bigger problems than I do. If you're at a restaurant, put your napkin in your lap, keep your elbows off the table, you know, chew with your mouth closed. I mean, these are common things that most people should know, but you'd be amazed. I've seen people with some really shitty table manners, and you're just like, well, says the guy who burps and farts on his cooking video. Okay, we were just over this, YouTube. Do I have to explain it again? I don't think I do, no. This is more casual, this is more of a realistic feel, you know. Oh, there goes the bell tower down the street chiming off. Ding, 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 ding. There's like 3 to 4 bell towers in town. They're scattered all over town. You know, little miscellaneous, yeah. Although you're probably not going to pick it up on camera because of how tiny the phone is, but I can hear it. Don't forget, YouTube, you're never too old to eat bacon. Granted, the doctor might say you need to cut down on your bacon, your cholesterol levels are through the roof. The doctor's just telling you. That doesn't mean you have to follow it. I mean, if you want to live a longer life, okay, cut down on your bacon. But if you don't give a shit, you're just living life for the moment and you want to enjoy some delicious food, then eat some fucking bacon, huh? Eat a fucking piece of pizza that's so good it'll make you want to slap your mama just straight. Stuffed crust, breakfast pizza, YouTube. I'm going to end this cooking video because that's what's up. Thank you for watching the dankness. Yep, I'll catch you cool cobras on the flip side, yo.